Have you ever felt stuck going into the weight room, not knowing what to do, or when you're writing a workout for someone, just getting a little stuck on what to really give them? Well, today we have a short and sweet full body conditioning, strength, power, endurance workout, if you will, really covering everything that will be really fitting in the middle of the season, kind of where we are right now. But again, you don't have to do these workouts exactly the way they are. You can always modify them as you wish. We totally have 7 exercises today, and if you are an IMer, you might like this one a little bit better, but also again, be cautious with some of the exercises. Always modify anything that you want to, and if you want to stick around for this exercise, let's look at it together. Guys, my name is Dennis Ekmati, your performance coach, sports scientist. Please like, share, and subscribe if you find value in these videos. And if you like my coaching, if you like voiceover coaching on every single exercise that I have in my library, and also workouts like this all compiled in one database where you get also expert tips on certain things, more elaborate than what I'm giving you right now, and also a community network. Halloween, October 31st, that is actually launching for just $10 a month. So please subscribe to our newsletter if you want to stay up to date when this comes out, and you will be one of the first ones to have a free trial before we're actually launching that out. So stay tuned. For this workout today, like I said, it's a full body conditioning fit really for more advanced level athletes. But if you are a moderate or a beginner, please feel free to just go down in weight, do a lighter exercise, so you don't have to do exactly the same movement that I'm doing, but you can do it for the same amount of repetitions and for the same amount of time. So we have 2 sets. The first set is going to be 4 exercises. We're working 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and I went 4 rounds here, but I'm showing you guys 2 rounds only. The second round is a little bit of a core, power, stability, and strength, all good mixed in one. We're going to go 3 rounds there for a given amount of repetitions. So let's go, guys. A quick disclaimer, I want you guys to warm up on your own, knowing that you have a little cardio session here, a little bit more endurance and strength, knowing you got some hip hinges, you got some kettlebell swings, you got some squats, a lot of core work. So make sure you're properly warmed up. And now let's look at what you got going on. Dumbbell alternating thruster. Here, I want you guys to squat fully all the way down into your full range of motion without your chest dipping down, and pressing the dumbbell or the kettlebell up as far as you can in good line without the lower back arching and without the rib cage opening up. So abs and posture has to be super engaged. And what you will hear me say here a lot is negative repetitions, which is essentially slower on the way down and then faster on the way up. So if you're unable to maintain that tempo, I want you to go a lighter weight. Going into dumbbell or kettlebell bent over row, and here we must be able to hip hinge fully, keep the spine neutral, keep the tensions on our hamstrings and our glutes, and then essentially engage the movement with our shoulder blades. And again, negative repetitions, faster on the way up, control the kettlebells or the dumbbells on the way down, and avoid bopping the spine up and down. That is very important for you guys. And again, very controlled motions, and then if it's too heavy, don't be afraid of going down a little bit more, and just find a rhythmic pace and maintain that. At this point, we might be a little tired, so always do some dynamic stretches in between when you have some time to rest. Quad pulls, hamstring scoops to stay fresh. We're gonna go right into 2 kettlebell swings or 1 kettlebell swing if that is too challenging for you. Essentially, the difference is that it's gonna be more functional on both arms, so it's gonna be a little bit looser here on it, so you have to control it a lot more with each arm, from the shoulder blades a little bit more. So we're gonna have to again keep the spine very stiff, and avoid rolling on towards the outside of your feet. That's one of the most common issues with obviously the spine bending. So if you're unable to do a kettlebell swing, just do an RDL here, or just do a hip hinge to just master that movement. But if you're able to here, maintain this position and don't go crazy heavy. Just make sure that the technique is as fine as you can. Finishing this block with a kneeling dumbbell lateral raise. You're doing that the first round, and I want the more beginners to be on their knees, because if we're standing up, we tend to bob again up and down a little bit more. The second round, I am standing up, so your choice depending on your advancement level. But on our knees, we are engaging the shoulder blades and bringing the dumbbells out to the side and controlling them down. And the reason you see my elbows slightly down is because I'm actually rotated from my shoulder blades, avoiding rotating them inward. So it's a slight external rotation in my shoulder as I'm actually raising them laterally and then controlling them down. So always maintain a long neck, and a kneeling position is great to keep the glutes also engaged for especially beginner swimmers. Block B is a full core, both power, stability, and strength endurance mix. We're going 3 exercises here. The first one is a medicine ball split stance rotational slam. So when you're in the split stance position, be about hip width apart with your feet, and if the front leg is actually turned slightly inwards, that's okay. You're going from the straight hip and you're rolling and rotating up and around over your head and straight down to the ground. And you know it's a good slam if the ball is bouncing straight up and not away from you or in front of you. We got 8 repetitions on each side, so nice and controlled here. Be patient if you are losing the balance. Just bring yourself back to neutral and reset yourself, and stay super focused on this one. The second exercise in this block is a Copenhagen Bridge, more so suited for IMers or breaststrokers. Be careful with your knees and your groin here. So the first round, I'm placing my knee and my whole foot on the bench. And then it's essentially an elbow bridge. We're placing the elbow in line with the shoulder and making sure that the elbow and the hip and the knee then is all in one line, so we're not looking all crooked. So make sure you're setting yourself up in a good position. The second round here, I am going into an advanced position with my legs actually straight. You are not to do this if your knees are bothering you, and if they are, that means that we just need more stability. And we're holding this for RPE 7, so rates of perceived exertion 7. And meanwhile, as we're holding, we're just breathing deep breaths through our belly and not getting too clogged up in our breath. So take that time and just feel your body. 7 out of 10 in RPE. And the third exercise here is going to be a reverse crunch to a hip lift. And you are doing this first round with no weight. If you are comfortable and if it's easy, you can grab a medicine ball the second round or for all of them. And we're doing 15 repetitions. And the key here is to get the legs out nice and straight and then come back up and get your hips up. And I'm actually keeping my legs as straight as I can here. I like to think of it as more gymnastics, if you will. And the major part is to keep the lower back on the ground, hands on the side is when we're keeping it a little easier, a little bit more spread out to keep our balance better. But if that's really challenging to keep your lower back down, especially as we're extending the legs, then bring your hands underneath your hips. And towards the very end, I'm not able to do all 15 repetitions with the weight around my foot, so I'm really wanting to challenge myself to put that weight there, but it was really hard to do that without my hands behind my hips, so I did that for the rest. So no shame in doing that, just make sure that the technique is perfect. And hey guys, as many rounds as you want to go through here, minimum 2, maximum 4. Oh man, was that workout fun or what? I was pretty toast after that workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now remember, there are a few advanced movements here, right? So disclaimer that you are as safe as you possibly can be, and also choose exercises that are more appropriate for you if you cannot handle the ones I am actually doing. Remember, Halloween, October 31st, our actual database library with every exercise that we have. How do you do certain tests? What tests do we do? How do we actually track certain things? And then you can have great inspiration for only $10 a month with all of the Swimmer Strength library with workouts, community network, and expert tips and more. As always, like, share, and subscribe, spread the love, hit the notification button, and next week we have another challenge. And reminding you, you have a box jump challenge, tag Swimmer Strength, challenge a friend, and you have a chance of winning some cool prizes, you guys. You have another week. Do that both on Instagram, YouTube, wherever you would like. Shout us out and tag a friend, and you are in the running to get some prizes, guys. See you next week.